Well, hello everyone and welcome back to Life of Wonders. This is Polo and I love making videos of dolls, toys and Disney collectibles. And as always, if you like this kind of content and you feel like supporting the channel, then you already know what to do. So today we have a very special unboxing and detail review, and it's that of the 2025 Rapunzel doll gift set. And it is very special because I believe this is the first time that Maximus, the horse, has been included as part of any doll set coming from the Disney store at least. And so he's present here, and then some of the pieces such as like the chair or Flynn Rider is just at the moment that was included in a limited edition designer fairy tale release. And then we have some other bits and pieces that come from other previous gift sets, and I will be comparing the stuff that I might find relevant within these different gift sets that I do have. But most importantly, we're going to be exploring it all up close. Now, the box is huge. And the thing is, I believe something's changed here because both the Rapunzel and the Sleeping Beauty one are the same proportions. They do have the exact same proportions, and that means that it isn't just only wide side to side, but it has some depth to it. So it's a really nice display shelving space if you don't have any other displaying, I don't know, yeah, places to do so. Especially because it isn't like as thin. I mean, it's like very thick here. So yeah, and then we have the Disney Princess logo with the crown right there. We have Rapunzel right over here. It's pretty minimalistic. There's like a sparkle sort of like what appears to be like stars and reflections, and then something very interesting. I don't know if this is brand new or it's been there for a longer time, but they've created these sort of like crest with like a paint pencil and a star, and I don't know, this is the one for Rapunzel, but then the Sleeping Beauty one has another one, so that's kind of like very interesting. Over here we have Rapunzel's name and then the crest again, and then over here it is exactly the same but in pink. And then if I were to like turn it over, it's very plain on the back. Like I really wish they had included promotional pictures or something like in the 90s of the dolls creating different scenes, but no, it's just like this. And yeah, gift set basically. So I will be taking everything carefully out of the box and I'll be back in no time. Alright, so here we can appreciate the inner side of the packaging without the reflection of the acetate plastic that's part of like the display window, and everything is really nicely displayed as is really. Yeah, so I don't know, for so many people this might be just perfect for displaying, even though it's like play lines, so it's supposed to be like taken out for play purposes, and then for collectors also to like create scenarios and stuff like that. But if you wanted to keep it as it is, I think it looks pretty cool. And then you can always take it very carefully out of it and then display it back again in the, you know, in the display window, and it's almost like a shelf, so you can definitely create different scenarios here if you wanted to. So this is how it looks. It's just to show the presentation of everything inside, and I will proceed to remove it all from the cardboard. Alright, so here we have them out of the box, and we're going to continue with the review as well as the comparison, because I have so many things to compare with. But anyhow, we'll start with Maximus because I think that he might be the star of this playset, as it is the very first time that the Disney store in particular, not Mattel, not any other franchise, but the Disney store has given us a really nicely sculpted Maximus for you know, representing this character and just the company our dolls. Because the other only time that comes to my mind is the Tangle the Series doll gift set, but that was a plush, so it's a completely different take. But anyway, so here we have him and he's looking superb. I think I love the sculpt so very much. And then not only that, but he's just surrounded with these like harness pieces that aren't only just like super carefully sculpted but also painted with like buckles and things, studs in gold all around. So that's pretty cool. And then we have the saddle um, that goes over his body. Obviously, he is also coming with rooted hair, very similar to the hair that is actually the same quality as Rapunzel's hair, which is hilarious. And then here we have the mane, and the tail is just there. And then there's also like a little blanket. So there's a multi-piece part here, and then the three back uh, piece as well. The two side backs aren't functional, but the one on the back, or on the top rather, is actually functional, which is interesting. And then for displaying purposes, I would say this horse is just like perfect. So Maximus is perfect, and I'm super happy to have him now as part of the collection. Now we'll continue with the accessories. Now, for some reason, I believe I might have thrown away part of like the easel while I was unboxing it because I can't find it anywhere. In fact, I was unboxing it yesterday and I'm continuing with the review today, so it's been a few hours. Because it was very very late at night, and then maybe because of that I just threw it away. I don't know, but I can find like the legs of the easel. But here we are. This piece, I believe it isn't the first time, like we've got it like several times for sure, and this time around there is a beautiful drawing drawn by Rapunzel herself. And then here we have this lovely comb that I think it also goes pretty well with Rapunzel because of like the filigree, the flowers and everything. Although I don't know if it is a generic one for the princesses or not. But anyway, this time around we're getting a Rapunzel with super long hair, which is probably the first time that we've had such long hair, because even for the first release of Rapunzel, I don't think it was this long, although it is not as long as the designer fairy tale pieces. I'll just compare in just a moment. But anyway, it's pretty cool, and the hair is very very soft and it doesn't tangle. And you know, I mean, the movie is called Tangled, but this hair wouldn't tangle, which is cool because it doesn't have tinsel or anything like that. So anyway, that is the brush. Then we have a stool. Then there's the guitar, and this guitar reminds me very much of that of Elena of Avalor. I don't know if it is the same sculpt, but I do know that we've got this guitar several times as well. Like the last time for sure was for the 2023 story doll of Rapunzel. But anyway, it's a really nice touch here added to the playset. And then here we have the hair accessories. So we have like 3 strands of hair that would actually just go with an elastic for, I don't know, hair play purposes. And then we have these other clips that would attach as clips or as like little decorations. So basically we have a few flowers, and then we also have like paintings, you know, from Rapunzel for her hair. And then there's also like this flower crown, which I think is very interesting, and it would go, I think it would go all around. But yeah, it's a really nice piece if you want to like just play along with different, you know, different things to adorn your Rapunzel doll. And now, before I continue with the dolls that I will be comparing with other dolls, I want to show you the chair that's incorporated here as part of the playset. This is the chair in which, well, I mean, she basically had Flynn Rider all wrapped around as she was feeling threatened by him at the beginning of the movie. And it's a really nice piece that was first incorporated as part of the designer folktale um, series, and the sculpt, it is exactly the same, so it is exactly the same, but the painting of it feels a bit more simple, and I am going to show you the other one so you can appreciate that. But anyway, you can actually add the wear and tear and everything of the wood by yourself. That could be like a project, but this is the one that was incorporated as part of that set. And as you can see, they put a lot more effort to actually make it look very realistic and very like old and three-dimensional. And then I never removed the Pascal little figure there, but anyway, other than that, it is exactly the same thing. So that's really cool that we have this now without, you know, having to count on the limited edition set. And now, okay, we'll have a look at Flynn Rider. Flynn Rider has a very basic, so as opposed to Prince Philip from the Aurora set, which I'm kind of like reviewing at the same time. That one came with extra articulation, but he does not. So he comes with just like the elbow articulation, and then of course the 5 points, and then the click legs, which is a little bit disappointing for like the price given. I would say I would have at least expected him to have some articulation, some extra articulation. I don't mind about the well, obviously the outfit is very basic as well. It's just the one single piece all sewn together for like the vest and the shirt, and then we have like this uh, one dimension socket here, like a little bag, and then yeah, basically these are the boots, and this is basically him. I mean, and it's like the classic sculpt as well. But now I will compare it with the one that came with this set, with the designer folktale limited edition doll set. So as you can see, the sculpt is different, or the sculpt might be the same actually, but it's just the screening that is different. And this one over here feels a bit more daring, or just like doing that handsome sort of like face that he does. So here we are. Then the hair is being painted just on a one single color, while this one has like little highlights. And then in terms of like, okay, I'll just put it side by side so you can see it. In terms of like the outfit, obviously this comes with a really cool and deluxe outfit, as well as not just the outfit, but every single piece that is completely detachable and separate from the others, and so that gives us a more sort of like multi-dimension, I would say, because again this is like one dimension, but anyhow, so yeah, this is how it looks. It's a very basic outfit anyways. I mean, it doesn't have like extra ornamentation or anything like that, but it does feel a bit more realistic. And then this one came with articulated elbows, as well as wrist, and fully articulated with many, with actually a few different clips, um, for for the knee to create the 90 percent angle, and stuff. So it's a super articulated doll, and it's a pity that we didn't have that this time around. But other than that, he's cool. I mean, I think that the painting and everything, he's looking cool. And then moving on to Rapunzel, because she's like our she's like the princess of the set. She comes with a figure of Pascal, which is very cool. and again, I believe it is exactly the same as the one that came in every single limited edition doll set and many other doll sets from the past. And she comes with the frying pan, again, because they're trying to capture that moment in which, yeah, in which they Flynn Rider appears for the first time in the movie. And the good thing I have to say is that I love the face. So it's basically the new 2023, both it's the new 2023 face and body, because it's a thicker body than it used to be. Um, and that was changed from 2023, not for every release, but for these two releases, both Aurora and Rapunzel have a different body. Um, and yeah, I mean, I do love the face and everything, and the hair, even though it doesn't feel like there is like substantially like a lot of it, because it's, you know, it's a really nice nylon, I would say. It's like a nylon material. It reminds me so much of the hair fiber that they use for Ariel. So it must be, because it doesn't feel like polypropylene as much. No, I don't think it does. And it's pretty long. I mean, if we put it like so, here you can see that it goes beyond past our feet, and so you can actually, I don't know, you can create so many more poses and things with her, and that is something that I truly appreciate. And then when it comes to the face, well, let's compare her with the 2023. This is the 2023 story doll, and basically the face is the same, and all, but this one only has hair up until down her ankles, and so yeah. But the body, as I was saying, it is the same, um, and the face is the same as well. But the face has actually changed so many times since its original release. In fact, I do have here the Palace Pet Rapunzel with the braid, which is okay because it actually goes all the way down and it's braided, so I would assume that it's a little bit longer than that. But you can see how the face has changed over the years. This was like released in 2013, if I'm not mistaken, although she's wearing one of the most recent fashion packs. But yeah, that's that. And then I wanted you to see, and I wanted to compare with the designer one, because I do love the designer one face screening so much, because she's got this daring look in her eyes, and it, which is very Rapunzel in a way. So here Rapunzel does look a bit more like sweet, and here it does look a bit cheeky, but a bit, you know, yeah. uh, Her personality is showing very much in this doll, and that is why I like it very much. This one actually comes with the thinner body and the super articulated one, by the way. And then the hair, it feels like there is a lot more hair, not just longer, but there is a lot more quantity of hair, and the fiber feels different. This actually feels a bit thinner. Every strand of hair feels a bit thinner when compared to these fibers here, which are like thicker in general. But so you could see, okay, oh my goodness, now the hair has stuck on the, this is crazy. So so much hair getting tangled. So anyway, I will show you, well, actually, it's pretty close. So again, it does have a lot more volume, this one over here, like the limited edition one. But then if we move down like so, it is only just a tiny bit longer. Well, a tiny bit. It's like about this piece longer. So yeah, I mean, I'm super happy that we have a playline Rapunzel with this long hair, because yeah, it's kind of important, right? She's Rapunzel. So yeah, I really don't understand when they give us dolls like this one over here. Like it doesn't feel right, in a way. And yeah, of course the dress feels a bit more lax and all that, but obviously this dress is not as bad, and I'm going to compare it with other previous dresses from the past, but it isn't as bad because the fabric feels really really soft, which is something that normally we're not getting at all for the Disney princesses dresses. Like most of the times it's very plasticky, which is not the case this time around. And she's wearing shoes, by the way, the same shoes that the 2023 story doll came with. So I also wanted to compare this Rapunzel with the Mattel 2-pack with Mother Gothel. I mean, she's wearing the birthday wishes, um, Mattel version of her dress, which I think is super cool as well. Um, the body, this one, it's a bit more petite, so she's actually shorter, like so, and everything proportionally. This doll is actually smaller, but I feel like the face is also very, very darling. And then this one comes with pretty long hair as well. At least it goes all the way down uh, to the floor. So it isn't as long, but it goes all the way down, and then it has a bit of tinsel to create that fantasy of the hair, being alive basically. So, and this is okay. So this is like another take of the dress, right? And this feels kind of okay. Printed on details and all, but it kind of feels like all right. This is actually softer though. But then I want to show you other dresses for Rapunzel over the years. I believe this might be one of the first interpretations, which is definitely the best. Definitely the best. I mean, in terms of like the details, the everything is just there, like the corseted part with the ribbon. The material is very similar to the one that's used now, so that is pretty cool. The sleeves, this one also comes with the sleeves, but then again you can see that, I don't know, but it isn't as bad. No, I mean, I would say this is like a 9 out of 10. And then this was the one that we got for the 2023 story one, and as you can see, this is like the plasticky type with the printed on glittered bits and pieces that actually make it look, even though it's a nice take, it makes it look a bit more cheaper. Just in general, this is another one with like some tulle. So over the years, a lot of glitter, by the way, apparently, and I do love the fact that there's no I do love the fact that there's no glitter whatsoever in the new one, because as you can see, there's glitter here, there's also glitter here, and this is very plasticky as well. I believe this came with like the wardrobe playset, if I'm not mistaken. Little things have been changed, but anyway. And then this is another one, or maybe this is like a hair play, I think. Anyway, this is another one, but this is very stiff in comparison with the new fabric. So that is why I just wanted you to feel and to see the comparison side by side, because yeah, I am very happy with the dress that was incorporated, and I'm very happy with the full set. So all in all, yeah, I would give it 9.5 out of 10 for sure. And another thing that was incorporated, which I like, is the crown, the tiara, and then the tiara has painted on details, so it's very much appreciated as well. And yeah, that's all very cool. So I hope you've enjoyed the review and it's been helpful to all of you who are considering adding this doll set to your own collection. If that is the case and you enjoyed it, well, don't forget to give me a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section down below, because as always, I'll be more than happy to get back to all of you. For now, stay safe, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye bye.